Hello everybody. Today I can determine intervals where a function is increasing, decreasing, positive, negative by finding key points in my calculator. This is a combination of two lessons. There is a lesson on increasing, decreasing, positive, negative. Make sure you know how to do that first. And there was a lesson on finding key points in my calculator. This lesson is going to combine those two things. So if you don't already know each of those, make sure you know how to do that first. Over what intervals are f of x equals increasing, decreasing, positive, negative? Well, let's see if we can take a look at the graph. Let's go to y equals. Let's type in x to the third plus 3x squared minus x minus 2. I look at my graph, zoom 6. Do I see everything I want to see right now? Yeah, looks good. So I know, let me kind of take a little snapshot of this right here. I know that, I'm going to get my snapshot first. And let's start with increasing, decreasing. First off, again, we need to understand increasing, decreasing. Let's go increasing in green from left to right. If you're going up the roller coaster, you are increasing. So it's increasing, increasing, increasing. And then it's going down until it gets here. Then it goes up forever. So those green pieces are increasing, the red pieces decreasing. In order to know where this thing stops increasing and stops decreasing, I need to know what this point is. That point is a maximum. To find the maximum, I need to use the calculator. So I'm going to go to my calculator. I'm going to go second trace. I'm going to go option 4 maximum. I'm going to go to the point that I'm trying to find. It says left bound, so I move my cursor to the left, enter. It says right bound, so I move my cursor to the right, enter, enter. I got negative, and I said to the nearest tenth, negative 2.2, 4.1. So this is negative 2.2, comma, 4.1. I only care about x values for intervals, so I'm not going to worry about that 4.1, but there could be a problem where I would, and we kind of talked about that already. But for the purposes of this lesson, intervals are always x values, so all I really care about is the x values. Now I need to know where this thing stops decreasing at that point. So I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to go second trace. That's a minimum, so I'm going to go to option 3, minimum. I'm going to move my cursor to the point I'm trying to find. I'm going to go left of it, enter. I'm going to move my cursor to the right of it, enter, enter. I got 0.2. So again, I really don't care about the y value for this lesson because intervals are always x values. So now that I have that, it's the same thing that we did in the increasing, decreasing lesson. Increasing from left to right. Let's see if I can get my line back here. It is, the green piece is here. It's pointing to the left, so that's negative infinity until it gets to negative 2.2. So for increasing, the first interval is negative infinity to negative 2.2. The point in which it turns around, it's neither increasing nor decreasing. Or there's another green piece. The next green piece starts at 0.2 and it goes to infinity. For decreasing, same thing. I already have what I need. The red piece from left to right starts at negative 2.2. It ends at 0.2. So that is negative 2.2 to 0.2. And again, the point in which it turns around, it's neither increasing nor decreasing. All right, now, positive, negative. For positive, negative, when it's above the x-axis, that's positive. So let's kind of cover, you're using your finger to do this. I'm using this weird heart thing because that's all I got. So I'm going to cover everything below. So let's do green, positive. So this is positive and this is positive. And then on the flip side, on the flip side, everything below the x-axis is negative. So this little loop and this little loop. The point at which it stops going from positive to negative isn't the max and mins, but it's the zeros. This is where it stops becoming negative. This is where it stops being positive. This is where it stops being negative. So I need to find the zeros. So I'm going to go to my calculator. I'm going to go second trace. I'm going to go option 2, 0. I'm going to move my cursor to the point I'm trying to find. There's 3 of them. I'm going to do one at a time. I don't know why this is going so slow. Come on. So I'm going to move to the left of the point I'm trying to find. Enter. To the right of the point I'm trying to find. Enter. Enter. Again, all I care about is x values. That's negative 3.1. I'm going to repeat the process for the next 0. Second trace, option 2, 0. I'm going to move my cursor to the next point I'm trying to find. Left bound, make sure the cursor is to the left of it. Enter. Right bound, move the cursor to the right of it. Enter. Enter. Negative 0.7. And finally, second trace, option 2. I'm going to do it for the third. Left of the point I'm trying to find, enter. Right of the point I'm trying to find, enter. Enter. I got 0.9. So now let's start with positive, the greens. Let's get my my little line back. The green piece starts at negative 3.1. It ends at negative 0.7. So that is negative 3.1 to negative 0.7. I've got another green piece. This green piece starts at 0.9 and it goes to infinity. So I've got 0.9 to infinity. Negative, this first negative piece, left to right, that's negative infinity to negative 3.1. Negative infinity to negative 3.1. I've got another red piece, so I write 4. This red piece starts at negative 0.7, it ends at 0.9, negative 0.7 to 0.9. I would use colors. Students can get confused about, like here, for example. This point, it stops decreasing, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still negative. So I'm looking at that whole piece. Because I color-coded it, my brain is just looking to see where that red piece starts and stops. It makes it a bit easier for you. That's it. That's how you do this lesson. You may need to adjust your window like we did in the other lesson. The second piece of this is Regents questions based on that, but I don't feel I really need to go over any of those. It's all about finding the intervals where it's increasing, decreasing, positive or negative. It's combining the 2 lessons we did, the increasing, decreasing, positive, negative, with the finding the key points in the calculator. You have to use your calculator to find these key points, the zeros for positive, negative, and the maxes and mins for the increasing, decreasing. And once you have them, it's the same thing we did for increasing, decreasing, positive, and negative. I'm done. Practice it. Goodbye.